Hey, it's Paris. You know I love sparkly things, right? Like stars. Duh. And thanks to Hilton and AutoCamp, I just slept under them. Picture me, serving looks by the fire outside my luxurious Airstream, making s'mores with the kids, while a national park is our backdrop. The great outdoors meets Hilton hospitality. That's hot. Explore all the new ways to stay at Hilton.com. Hilton for the stay.
This is the way.
We wanted men.
Welcome to episode 256 of the Smugglers Galaxy Podcast, your favorite Star Wars podcast for smugglers in the galaxy. I'm Glenn. Jason's over there. It's Sunday morning. There's not a whole lot going on, Jason, in the world of Star Wars.
No.
We're watching The Lat. That's about the only thing that's exciting. Will it fund? Will we be having another failed HasLab, or will it fund? Will the prequel kids decide they want to part with their money and make that happen? But
it'll fund.
You think?
Yeah, I think it'll get to the minimum. The Snowcat funded.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, and I think it'll fund. I don't know if it's going to be a smash like Hasbro's hoping. I think some of those tiers are stretching and asking a lot at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, people don't want to. We don't need to go down.
We don't need to go down the rabbit hole, but that is the exciting.
We've done that for 2 episodes.
Yeah. 3,100 backers so far, but yeah, that's about the only thing exciting going on right now. That and watching everybody meet Jon Favreau in Disneyland as he shoots Oswald.
Yeah. It's very curious about how they're doing that.
Yeah.
Filming on Disneyland while people are in the park. I guess they're just, you post a sign out front that says you might be filmed today, and I mean, when you buy your ticket, you're essentially giving up your consent. So
right. Well, you kind of do that anyway when you go to the park, but I'm sure now it's even more so that since they're filming. But I mean, I guess Disneyland, the people are used to filming in Disneyland anyway, because that's, a lot of TV shows do the Disneyland show this week. But before we recorded, I was watching a TikTok. Somebody handed him some necklace from a Disneyland from something, and then he handed him a challenge coin, and then he brought him over to meet some actors, and it looked like it was the kids from Skeleton Crew. I couldn't tell for sure, but
I don't know.
It was, yeah, you don't have the TikToks, but it looked like it was the kids from Skeleton Crew. It's both of them, the guy who played Neil and then the lead kid with the big afro, whoever that guy is, that little kid.
Wim,
yeah. It looked like it was those two. But they didn't get close enough to him to where I could tell. Plus, I was like half asleep when I watched it. But I was like, man, and it seems like if you go, and Jon Favreau is pretty open because he's been like showing people the footage that he's shooting, which I think is kind of crazy that he's doing that. But I mean, he's been real like, hey, you want to see it? Come see it. If they hit a they get a vibe from him or something. But definitely would be fun to go to Disneyland right now to meet Jon Favreau if you. So,
pick anything up this week?
I did not, but I do have an update from my wife's Lego set.
What?
It came in on Friday.
The Day of the Dead one?
The Day of the Dead one. Because when I'd sent them an email, I'd said it was a birthday present, and they were like, well, since it's a birthday present, we'll just send you a brand new one. And it came in on Friday, just like they said.
Good for them.
Yeah, so good for Lego for not asking a whole lot of questions and not, but they're like, provide me this number that's on the side of the box. So I'm sure with me providing them that the routing number or whatever they have, they know I have it, that I'm not lying. But yeah, good for Lego. They definitely stepped up, and it was only a $15 Lego set. I'm sure if it was more expensive, they would have asked more questions. But I was really happy with their customer service. So, yay, Lego.
Awesome.
Yeah. How about you?
Yeah, a friend of ours went to Skywalker Ranch.
Oh, did they come in?
Yeah, so I have a Skywalker Ranch shirt. It's light gray, and he also sent you one, which is a dark blue, like a navy.
Okay, cool.
So if we're caught wearing the same shirts on the same day, it's not the same shirt because they're different colors.
Exactly. So I gotta get that from you.
I also wrapped up the Coca-Cola thing.
Mm-hmm.
So Coke was doing a gimmick, I guess, with Star Wars, and they had different cans and different bottles, and I got them all except for one.
Yeah, we got a shipment of Coke in from work, and they're starting to show up at work.
When I was at Disney, they had the Disney exclusives. I'm like, I might as well. And then Tim saw that I was in Disney. He was like, can you pick me up a set? I'm like, yeah, sure. And I went to go deliver them, and he's like, do you want the online exclusives? And I'm like, well, what? He's like, it was cheaper to buy 2 sets of the online exclusive than it was to buy 1 set and shipping.
Wow.
So we just made a trade for the Disney for the online stuff. So that's how I was able to pick up that. And the only one I'm missing is the Anakin can, which I've termed the Anakin. And it's a Coke Zero one. And my wife said there's tons of TikToks where people are like popping the handle open of the Coke Zero and like rotating the can to see if it's Anakin. There's Yoda, Leia, and Vader. Is it Vader? I think it's Vader. And then Anakin. But she's saying a lot of people are finding it in the 24 packs.
Okay.
So I've been on the hunt for 24 packs, but I'm really not that itching to really complete it. Like, it'd be nice if I can find it, but I mean, it's just Coke.
Right. And in 5 years, it'll end up in the recycling bin anyway.
Yeah. Well, I saw some people cutting up the plastic and then laminating them and then making like little cards of the artwork for the bottles. Cause it's like a plastic ribbon that they essentially wrap around the bottles.
Okay.
So they just laminate it and make it into like a trading card kind of thing, I was like, that's doable. I can do something like that. So maybe that's what I end up doing with those. We'll see.
Yeah.
And my wife being a teacher, she's got a laminator, so that'd be real easy. It's not like I need to go out of my way for that.
Dude, you got everything at your house.
Yeah, I know. It's ADHD is, I guess, jack of all trades.
Do I need it to create something? I'm buying it.
Hyper focus on one thing, and then next thing you know, I'm hyper focused on something else.
Yeah.
But yeah, so, and then the other thing that's been frustrating is they mark some of those the boxes of cans of Star Wars, and then I pop the hole. And I've done it myself and start rotating the can, and it's just a regular can of Coke.
Oh, that stinks.
It stinks.
I'll keep my eye open for that Anakin one for you. Just, you never know. One may show up.
And then our buddy Ted ordered another set of retro stuff to open, but there was 2 that he didn't want. So he just sent them to me. They were crushed. So he sent me these. I've already ripped the sticker off of Walrus Man and put it on the Glow Forge.
Oh!
Hey, look, it's just a Walrus Man. I already have one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm opening them as we speak. That was the caveat.
Right. Oh.
And then I asked him, like, how much do I owe you? And he goes, just a hug. So I owe Ted a plutonic hug when I see him next time. Yeah,
if we ever see him again. But he always tries to hook up with us when he's in town, but it just never works.
The bubble smashed on these. Like, he's like, these are definitely openers.
And they came out of the box like that.
Yeah.
That sucks.
The box is pretty much damaged, but yeah, now I'm gonna open Ezavon. Got him open.
Yay.
Live on opening.
Ted, he survived.
Alive on aliving. So
somebody has popped up like a wanted. I meant to save it, but maybe I can find it again of Ezavon. I don't like you.
I can't remember which one was there. I think it's this one. I think the black one is Ezavon's blaster. Because like I mentioned before when we went to Toy Fair, they they packed Ezevon with 2 blasters.
Uh-huh.
Because I think this one's the real Walrus Man one, and they packaged like a Stormtrooper blaster originally with Kenner with the Walrus Man.
Yeah.
So the new one is. Sometimes I wonder to myself, what would it be like to have a 6-foot tall Walrus Man?
Oh, if only you could 3D print one.
Pew pew. So the world may never know. I wish I could make a claim to say, like, I'm the only person in the world with a 6-foot tall Walrus Man action figure. But I can't back up that claim. And then it's like, if you do 3D print a Walrus Man action figure, what do you do with it? Because it scares people when you turn a corner and there's a giant 6-foot tall Walrus Man standing there. Oh, I forgot about that.
I've heard that with the cardboard cutouts too.
Yeah. I think what you would have to do is move it to the garage and put a towel over it so it doesn't scare anyone.
Then people would think it's a ghost.
Yeah, but it's not. But this is all hypothetical. It's not real. It's not a summer-long project.
Right.
I got other things I got to do I would love to print like a Greedo, but there's other things I got to work on and focus on.
Yeah. Not like we have an event coming up in like half a year or May of next year.
Yeah. This Walrus Man I don't understand why Walrus Man doesn't stand right. You have to bend him forward.
Oh.
To make him stand.
I wonder if it's like that on the vintage one.
It is. At least the vintage one that I have. Like when you put him up and he locks, he has a tendency to fall backwards.
Oh. I have stands for all my figures, so maybe that's why it's not I haven't noticed that.
But yeah, this is weird because like I'm holding it in front of the light and this is translucent. His body. You can see right through his body in the light. I know you can't see it on camera here.
No.
And I know you can't see it in the car as you listen or on your bike ride or whatever you're doing. But yeah, the new Walrus Man he's got a translucent body. Like I could see straight through him, which is cool, but it's cool in the fact that that's an easy way to tell if it's vintage or real.
Right. Well, plus aren't the COAs are printed on it versus stamped?
No, it's stamped. Made in can't see. I'm getting old. Vietnam.
Okay.
Is that right?
But the dates are like 2026, right? Or 2025.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there was a factory in Vietnam. There's Hong Kong.
Right, no. I'm curious how many people that's happened, if it's happened yet or not, because I know, like, you know, they do have the yak face, but shoot, even a yak face, you know, we saw one at last weekend and it was $100 for a carded retro collection yak face.
Yeah, which I mean, hold off because they're re-releasing that box.
Are they really?
Yeah, it'd be cheaper just to buy the box set again than it is to buy that single yak face.
All right.
But I didn't want to say that to people and be like, you know, they're doing this again. You should lower your price.
Wait till they come out and then you'll lower your price. But I guess I got to give it to Hasbro for doing that. You know,
I mean, that was my first yak face.
Was there vintage collection one?
The retro collection one.
Retro collection, yeah. I remember when I bought my first, when I bought my only one, that was a big deal because I paid. This was in 2017 at Celebration. I paid $225 for it, and that was a big deal to me.
Yeah.
You know, 10 years ago, paying $250 for a figure. Now it's nothing.
Yeah.
You know, now I wouldn't take $500 for it because I got it graded and everything.
Yeah, I'm not going to pay that much money right now for that. I got 2 kids in college.
Yeah.
It's expensive.
I was supposed to go to Legion Con yesterday, but we woke up to a flood in the basement. So I'm not sure where the water came from because when it rains heavy, we do get some water in the basement, but we had some work done on our hot water heater. So I don't know if I think it was a combination of things. So I had the plumber, it's a father-son plumber that they live down the street from us. And they came back by yesterday to check it out. And originally just the son came out, but this time the dad came out. And he's how do you say it? Hispanic, or is that the Hispanic? So he came over and he saw all the teddy bears that we have set up, the Ewoks, and he was just like, "Oh man, so cute, so cute." And of course, there's the language barrier there because and he's just, I'm like, come here, come here. So then I take him in the other room, and he's like, "Oh."
Oh, so it was out in the outer room. It wasn't the inner
Yeah,
room.
it was in the outer room where the hot water heater is.
Was it just a puddle?
Yeah, it was a puddle, but we had those blue tiles down. So water gets underneath that blue tile, and instead of staying in one place, it has nowhere to go. So it just goes everywhere.
Yeah.
So we took all those blue tiles out and cleaned it up, and I got to put it back together today. But so he was just like, "Oh," and he goes, "R2D2," and he goes, "This guy, Darth Vader," and he was just like, he looks at me, he goes, "Mucho dinero." See.
Well, it depends on when you buy it.
Right.
It's all
I'm like,
about timing.
not so much now, but 6 months ago, yes.
Yeah, that's the question. I'll get to news in a minute, but so like as we get older, we'll have to start getting rid of stuff. And if you only had one bookshelf, what is the last thing you sell?
Ooh.
You hold on to?
You want to get into that later?
No, we get into it now. I mean, you were
Okay.
talking about like a flood and that would damage stuff and you might have to get rid of stuff. But what if you only have one bookcase of space because you've moved into an apartment to downsize, you're getting older? What goes in that bookshelf?
Wow. Because I really would want 2 bookshelves, but I mean, if we're gonna talk Star Wars, if we're talking, I could make it work.
It's out of your collection. It's not necessarily Star Wars,
right? If I had one bookshelf, I could make it work to where I kept all my Bill and Ted, just the pre-production Bill and Ted stuff, the hard copies and the wax, and the first shots that could fit on one shelf. If I squeezed it in, I'd really want 2 shelves from that. And then I would have to keep, it would be a lot of my pre-production stuff. It would be which may be a mistake because that's the stuff that's going to be worth money. But, and then all my pre-production Wampa stuff. So that would fit on a shelf. I would sell my Galactic Heroes. I think I thought about that one time a few months ago to maybe get rid of some of those just because they're $50 to $100 each. And I've got like 20 to 50 each invested in them. But I'm one of like a handful of people that collect them. So I would have to sell them basically back to the people that I bought them from.
Yeah.
And I would like to try to I'd keep my Boba Fett, my San Diego Comic-Con Boba Fett because of the story behind that. Cause that was the first thing my wife bought me. And I try to keep my 92 run.
And then the final question is, so you've got everything down to a shelf and now you've been moved into hospice and you only have one collectible you could take with you. What is the last collectible that you would take with you?
Oh, wow.
And this is the thought of people aging.
Right. Yeah. And it would have to be the piece that started it all. It'd have to, that Boba Fett, it's, even though it's probably worthless, and then it's got some sentimental value to it.
That would be easy to sell for your surviving heirs on eBay. Like, it's not going to be a hassle. Like, what do I do with this now?
Right.
I don't want to get ripped off because there's it's a production item. So that's probably an easy answer. Yeah.
And it would be simple. It'd be small if somebody wanted to keep it on their shelves. It doesn't take up a whole lot of room. It's not like the whole room. Yeah, I've battled with that recently, but it's like I've had such a hard time selling stuff that I'm scared right now. Because right now is not a good time. I'm sure in 5 to 10 years, right about the time we want to start selling, is when things will maybe rebound. Maybe when Grogu that's only a year away though. Grogu, Mandalorian, and Grogu.
Yeah, but I can't see things improving in a year. I think it'd probably be another, like you said, 5 years before people might have some extra funds. It takes a while for the cycles to go through.
I think it may be when all these kids, when the prequel kids hit about 35, 40, and they start looking around and they're like, all right, I'm done with the prequel era, or let me look into the vintage era. I think that's when it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it's happening with the stuff that they grew up with. I think that stuff seems to be selling pretty decent.
You'd probably keep like a lot of the Micro Machine prototypes and some of those vintage. I say vintage, but like the original production Micro Machines.
Yeah.
I'd probably keep that and then get rid of the rest of the stuff. But I have no clue what that last item would be.
You're that hard copy playset you got probably here.
Either that or the TIE Defend. What is it? The TIE Interceptor.
Okay.
Maybe that one. The hard copy.
Right.
Possible photo sample, but I can't confirm that because I can't tell.
Right. And then like he said about the Boba Fett, it's something small enough somebody could throw on their shelves, and then in 20 years somebody will have it, it'll be at a yard sale somewhere because they forgot that, oh, that was grandpa's, and somebody will buy it for $5 and be like, holy crap.
I'll donate it to a museum. Maybe that's what I'll do in my will.
Yeah.
I'll just donate it to the Saga Museum and be like, you guys just put it up.
Yeah. I'm kind of curious how many people are thinking that way.
That was part of the presentation. You know, if you've got things, we'll gladly accept donations. So, but I mean, there's only so many vintage Star Wars action figures that they could take.
Right.
So they probably got a complete set, and they're doing the prop. I was wondering about this, and I wanted to ask someone. They were doing an auction at San Diego Comic-Con.
Yeah.
To raise funds for the Saga Museum, and one of the things they had up for a lot was like a full. Well, I mean, it wasn't a lot, but they had a full set of Revenge of the Jedi proof cards, card backs, proof cards, whatever you call them. But I would imagine like probably Steve has a set, Gus has a set, you know, Duncan probably has a set, and they don't need all of those sets. They just need one good, clean set to put on display.
Yeah.
So they probably sold a set to raise money for the museum. So I would imagine like, no, we don't need 40 walrus men. We don't need 40 yak faces. We got the one. We're good.
Right. Unless they're going to collect the carded ones and their variants.
Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, we've thought about that too. My wife and I's thought about that too, you know, about donating some things if it does get to that. Because we got those Stitcher samples Ewoks that we've talked about. She's like, that's the one thing I think they'd enjoy having. Just because it's such a rare piece.
Belongs in a museum.
It belongs in a museum.
So, but yeah, other than that, I got some news we can go through.
Yeah.
If I can pull up the news. According to the Wrap, we might now know why Pixar, Marvel, and Star Wars films are slowly dying at the box office and they're not performing well as they once did.
Okay.
And I don't think it's that. I think it's pretty obvious. It's Disney Plus. I was like,
yeah.
Thanks for saying that the sky is blue, guys. But it's just good to see other people picking up on that. Like having things available and training your audience that they could stay at home and watch a movie is damaging the box office. And that's why like there's not a lot of movies making $1 billion at the box office. Fantastic Four is performing well, but it's struggling.
Right.
It's not doing what a Marvel movie should do. And that's because people just stay at home, and then I'll wait the 45 days and just watch it when it comes available.
Yeah, it does seem like they're trying to battle that a little bit, because if it comes out, you know, a month and a half after it's been in theatrical release, you still have a couple of months where you have to pay $20, $25 to rent it.
Yeah.
So I think that they're trying to battle that a little bit. But I guess some people would still rather pay the $20, $25 to rent it at their house versus the $25 to see it in a theater.
I was at Walmart yesterday. They had Thunderbolts available, 4K, digital, all that stuff, you know, on disc.
Yeah.
And that came out in April. So here we are 5 months later. It's readily available in store. I could buy it for $30, whereas when I took my kids, I think it was $30. So if you pick and choose your movies, you only go to a couple movies a year. Plus, people are tired of how people act in theaters.
Right.
Talking nonsense that goes on. the 45 minutes of advertising that I have to sit through.
Oh my gosh.
I just watch it on home. I'll just wait the 5 months. Like, people are just so busy that they can wait the 5 months to see it.
Yeah, I don't understand why it's got a half an hour. You got to have that half an hour, 45 minutes of ads in the front. I guess they're I got a captive audience, so let me do this. But I mean, why can't they do the previews before? Maybe because you do when you're in there, and because they've got, as soon as you walk in the theater, if you're a half an hour before the show, you're getting ads in front of you, and they're giving you content. Why couldn't they just show some of those previews during that 45 minutes before before the lights go dark? But
they do, though.
They do? Okay.
So, yeah, we saw Fantastic Four. We were walking in, and they had their pre-programmed. I don't remember who the host was, but like, let's just listen to Chevy for a minute, and then you see a Chevy ad, and then let's just learn about this movie, and then they'll show you like behind the scenes of a movie. And so I think like Regal used to call it the 20 because it was 20 minutes before the movie starts.
I remember that.
So they still play that, and then they're like, okay, here's some coming attractions, and then they go into a Chevy ad, and they go into this and that, and the M&M's ad, and I'm like, I remember the days, and here I am yelling at the clouds when I would just walk into a theater, and there would be previews. There'd be 5 previews, and then the movie would start. I didn't buy a ticket to watch ads. And they wonder why movie theaters are dying. Well, luckily the popcorn buckets, and I'm talking too much, but luckily the popcorn buckets seem to be a thing that people are collecting and motivated to go to the theater for.
Well, I do enjoy the popcorn buckets, or at least looking at them. But man, $50 for a really good popcorn bucket, I think is ridiculous.
Yeah.
But like when we went to see, I think we went to see Dragon, How to Train Your Dragon, and the Superman stuff was already out, and Superman still had a week before it came out. So, I mean, if you want those buckets, you got to get them. You got to get them early. You can't wait till preview night to get them.
Yeah, that's a very weird thing. Like, you should put those out on preview night. You shouldn't be putting them out a week before, and they're sold out before the movie even opens.
Right.
But maybe that's a tactic for you to go see a movie the weekend before and then come back and see Superman.
Maybe. But they do, my theater also put them on sale, and my wife was like, let's go see when the Dragon ones go on sale. And when we went, the Dragon ones were gone. So I thought it'd have been cool to have a toothless bucket, but I wasn't going to pay $50 for it.
Right.
I'd pay 25, even 25, I think was pushing it, but 25, it seems $25 is what you're going to pay for anything nowadays.
Yeah. Matthew Smith has been cast as the villain in the Starfighter movie starring Ryan Gosling and directed by Sean Levy.
He's such a good villain.
The rumor is that he's playing some sort of military villain. He's not like a Sith, Jedi, force-powered individual.
Oh, he would be so good at that.
For the longest time, there was rumors that he was the Emperor in Rise of Skywalker.
Uh-huh.
And that he filmed scenes, but then he was replaced with Ian McDermott. Like, it was very, very early on in filming that he was in it, and then he was cut from the movie. But he was going to play, like, it's my understanding that the concept was that he would play the Emperor, the spirit of the Emperor in a new body. Because the thought was, like, the Emperor was inside Snoke.
Right.
And that's why he's cloning. He's just moving from body to body until they perfect the clone. But I guess they just decided to bring Ian McDermott back for that.
Oh, we got to fix all this crap. Here we go. That would have been cool too.
Yeah.
The more I see him in things, and he's such a good actor, and he does makeup. You could put makeup on him and he can play a totally different person, and you're not sitting there going, I know this guy from something else and it's messing with me. Or, I know him from Doctor Who and I can't get over the fact that he played the Doctor, but yet, he's playing the guy from Game of Thrones, and he does a good job of disguising himself. And I'm losing what I don't know what to say. He wears makeup very good.
Yeah, he's a good actor in House of Dragon. I've never seen Doctor Who, and I really don't care to see.
I've tried watching Doctor Who, but Doctor Who's is worse than the MCU. So you have to watch to get some of the inside stuff. You've got to watch a lot of it. I watched the
homework.
Yeah, it is. It's too much homework. I tried watching a little bit of the new one, where they had the guy from Sex Education playing the doctor, and it was okay, but it's just one of those things you forget about. It's like, oh, what do we have to watch? And then you're not going, I need to watch Doctor Who. It's like, oh, I need to watch the new King of the Hill, or I need to watch the new Dexter. You don't go back to, oh, let me go watch Doctor Who.
It's just too much content to consume, man.
Yeah.
Too much stuff out there. People are starting to use the term clankers to describe AI in a derogatory way.
Okay.
And a lot of news are picking up on that. They're saying it's clanker. It's like the new R word, but it's like, no, it's a Star Wars word.
Yeah.
I don't really know if you can slight a computer in the way that you can slight a person.
Right.
But yeah, it's from Star Wars. It's obviously what they use to describe the battle droids because they make a clanking sound as they walk. And so they're using that term to describe AI. But I think it was probably just it came out of Star Wars. Like,
You're right.
you use a clanker to write that. Like, it's not that bad.
Somebody watched Star Wars and went, hey, this sounds cool. Let me use it. And then it took off.
And then when asked if we'll see him anytime soon in Star Wars, Tamora Morrison said no. He went on and added, we really have to treasure those moments now. All of you need to send a fax or a letter or an email to the powers at Lucasfilm, the powers that be at Lucasfilm. I'm sure they love to hear from everyone. Please give Daniel Logan and Tamora Morrison another chance and put them somewhere. Daniel Logan is kind of aged out.
Yeah.
Like, he was good at the young version of Boba Fett, but he's not good at playing. I mean, what would you do with him? Tamora Morrison's the face of clones and the face of adult Boba Fett.
Right. You're right. I could see if they would have used Daniel Logan to play Boba Fett, but not once you put Tamora Morrison in that role, it's over.
I guess the only thing you can do is if they do the Tales from Bounty Hunters or something, mini cartoons, animated shows, and they go back to an early version of Boba Fett, then you can bring back Daniel Logan because he sounds similar to how he used to.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's the extent of it.
Yeah, what would you do with him? Yeah, I think Daniel Logan has aged out of it, man. But you know what? I got to give him props. If you could play one role as a kid and make that your livelihood for that's the rest of your life. That's pretty awesome.
I'm very curious to see what they do with Dave Filoni's movie, if that's even still moving forward, because it sounds like Ahsoka season 2 will have a lot of the battles that I would have anticipated, like the Return of the Jedi style battles in the stars.
Yeah,
that I would expect to have in the movie is going to be in Ahsoka.
Maybe
sounds like he's wrapping everything up.
Yeah, maybe they did that, unless they're going to have another battle in his movie. But
and I bring that up because I assumed that there'd be an Avengers style moment when they bring the Mandalorian, Boba Fett, Ahsoka, Luke Skywalker all together to fight, Thrawn or something.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe not.
I mean, the way they're making shows nowadays, he could have a budget to do that in a show versus the movie theater. And maybe they did tell him, hey, wrap it up in Ahsoka season 2 because you're not getting your movie.
Yeah. It starts off with the skeleton crew getting raided. Their planet's getting raided by Thrawn. He's taking money. And I mean, that's how you fold those kids into the show again, even though it'd be like 18 years old. Hey, you can't get on our planet. Get off of here.
It's going to be like Stranger Things, the Stranger Things kids. You can't come into my planet. What do you want to do here?
Well, stranger kids adults at this point.
Right.
We're 33 playing 18.
Yeah. I mean, you got to give it the props to the actors that could do that because, I mean, that's how they prolong their careers. But
yeah, like Jenna Ortega playing a high schooler in Wednesday.
Oh my gosh. I've watched, have you watched any of Wednesday?
We watched the first 2 episodes.
I think I've watched the first one. It's all right. I did see, so when you're bored and you're scrolling through stuff and this movie looks like it might be good. HBO has a movie called Death of a Unicorn. And it had her, Paul Rudd, and 2 or 3 other A-list or high B-list actors in it. Yeah, that was a waste of an hour and a half. It was so bad.
Oh. I thought that was going somewhere positive.
No, it was
that took a turn. That story took a turn.
I wasn't
prepared for that.
Basically, they hit a unicorn while they're going up to this guy's ranch in the mountains, and then the unicorn. They find out unicorns have healing power, so they try to harvest the unicorn to give everybody healing power. But then the mommy and daddy unicorn figure it out. And it's just a unicorn, basically, version of Friday the 13th, where they're getting chased down by unicorns.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. It was like, wow.
Premise sounds good.
Yeah, the premise sounds good. Just like the premise of the War of the Worlds movie, the new one with Ice Cube in it.
Oh my gosh, that's getting trashed online. It's got 0% on Rotten Tomatoes.
It was bad. Imagine watching an hour and a half.
Did you watch it?
Yes.
Why?
Because I didn't have anything else to watch at that point.
Morbid curiosity,
and I was like, "Ooh, it's War of the Worlds. Maybe this will be good." It was basically Ice Cube on a computer for an hour and a half, and everything was happening on the computer screen. So it was bad. I was just good enough to keep the curiosity going. But everything, it was like him signing on to a computer, and then it was, the lady is like running. There's one scene where this lady is running from one of the aliens, and my wife's like, "Why is she on FaceTime?" So it's like she's running away from an alien on FaceTime while she's talking to Ice Cube, and then Ice Cube's daughter is dating an Amazon driver. So this is on Amazon Prime. So her boyfriend's an Amazon driver. And throughout the whole show, he's got Amazon gear on. And then at one point, they need to get Ice Cube a USB drive, and he's like, "Oh, I could use the new flying thing drone that they've been training me on."
It's just an advertisement for Amazon.
It's basically an hour and a half advertisement for Amazon.
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. There was an article just today that they were thinking Jeff Bezos's wife will make a great Bond girl, and I'm like, I am not watching a Bond movie with your girlfriend, your wife.
Oh, that's right. They do own that now.
Yeah, they own that now, and they're going to be making their own Bond. Like, they control it, and so there's the Broccoli family's out, and there's going to be a new Bond. Well, they got a great director, and I doubt he's going to cast Jeff Bezos' wife in the role, but
right. Yeah, it's like, I mean, and Apple will do this too on their shows. So like, if they're using a computer or they're using a phone, it's always an Apple, it's always an iPhone, but that's subtle. I don't mind that, as long as it's not like, "Hey, have you checked out the new Apple iPhone?" That kind of draws the line. But if everybody's using iPhones, then, and it's not, you just know because of the screen, the number one, they don't have screen protect. They don't have cases on them, and then you could tell by the camera. So it's in your face, but not blatant. Not like Wayne's World.
In your face, yeah.
And it's the choice of a new generation.
I was thinking about Wayne's World too, because of Wayne stock. I don't know why. Just waiting for my weird naked Indian to tell me what I need to do next.
You're right. That'll be. Maybe I need to show up like that at Rogue Fun too.
No. No, we're kiboshing that. Does I have anything else? Just the rumor swirling right now is that Disney would be planning a series of movies post Rise of the Skywalker, similar to what they've done with The Mandalorian, where they've told different stories during the same time period. They might be doing that post episode 9 to continue on without having the episode, was it 10, 11, 12? It's just going to be, here's a Starfighter movie, here's this movie, here's this movie, here's a Finn movie, maybe. I don't know.
Did you see Finn was coming to Dragon Con?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm not making it to Dragon Con, but that's pretty awesome.
Yeah. I keep waiting for them to say Michael J. Fox is going, because Christopher Lloyd's going to be there, but everybody's like, yeah, they're not getting Michael J. Fox.
No.
It'd be nice. I'd lose it if he did, because he'd be in my backyard, but
he's super sweet.
Yeah. That would be awesome. But yeah, because they announced Claudia Wells, Tom, the guy who played Biff, Tom Wilson,
Yep.
and then the Mr. Strickland. And I was
Yep.
like, I met Claudia and Tom already. Mr. Strickland would be cool. And then all of a sudden they announced Leonard. Fudge.
Leonard Nimoy is going to be there. Yeah.
Yeah,
Nana.
exactly. He's going to be there. Doc Brown, they announced Christopher Lloyd. And I'm just like, that would be cool, but those lines are going to be crazy. But Dragon Con's been hitting it out the park with their people this year.
That seems to be the thing that conventions do now. It's heavier on guest appearance and rather than anything else. And it seems like these are just autograph fests.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a good way to do it because you get somebody to pay $70 to walk in the door. And then I don't know. I'm sure they make their money back on the guest, but the guest is making money hand over fist.
Yeah. They have a guaranteed minimum. Right. And if you don't make that, then you have to make it up.
Right.
So if you're guaranteed to make $100,000, but if they only make 80,000, then the showrunners need to spend or pay up the 20,000.
Right.
It's a big risk. Yeah.
But I mean, Dragon Con's been around for 30 years. So, I mean, it's definitely a name and it takes over downtown Atlanta. So I'm sure, it just brings more people in through the door.
I've heard mixed reviews on the Rebel Scum Con.
Yeah.
I've heard people singing its praises, and I've also heard people saying this is not what I thought it was.
Really?
So, but that's the extent of what I've heard, and I would love to hear more on both sides of things, the pros and cons of Rebel Scum Con.
Right.
It'd be cool maybe to try it out sometime.
Yeah, I mean, that's all the way in Texas, but Texas is fun. I would have a good time in Texas.
At least someone would.
I'd take you to 5 Buc-ee's, man. Come on, you'd love it.
No. That's a guaranteed hate trip.
We'd go to Buc-ee's and get some barbecue, man.
No. Would you go to a gas station for barbecue?
No. I mean, we go other places for barbecue.
I've been to Texas for barbecue. I'm going back to Texas, but when I go to Texas, it's just like I'm stuck in a hotel room for a couple of days, and I end up like I just want to go home.
Yeah, traveling for work, you don't. It's not like what you think,
No,
because you end up sticking you in some random hotel room in the middle of nowhere. And you end up working till 7 or 8 at night. So by the time you get back to the hotel room, you're exhausted.
Well, I mean, they like to finish as early as they can. So it's like 4:00 and then I go to the hotel room and I'm stuck in a hotel room for 5-6 hours.
Right.
Before I go to bed, and then I get cabin fever. And so I just associate challenges with Texas, I guess. And so it's like, I don't really want to.
Yeah.
But I will, because I'm doing it again at the end of this month. Be gone for like 4 days in Texas. It's
wow.
I'm ready to come home.
Right. I
haven't even left yet, and I'm ready to come home.
What part of Texas is it?
Texas.
Oh.
No, it's Dallas.
Oh, yeah.
Dallas.
I'll go see the John F. Kennedy Museum.
Yeah, I didn't do that last time, but that's just like, okay, someone died here.
I remember seeing it as a kid. I don't know. I'm trying to.
Yeah, I know. There's probably like antique malls that I can probably check out. I've already did the toy stores last time and went to Order 66 and then Holocron, but I felt like they were a little too expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Order 66, half the store was closed.
Yeah.
And then I think they've moved to be online only.
Is that them or is that Rebel? Who puts on Rebel Scum? Is that Order 66?
Order 66 toys bought rebelscum.com. So they have the name, but it was an old, I don't know if it was a Victoria's Secret, but it was like an old shop like that. You know how Victoria's Secrets is like split off almost in 2 different sections?
Yeah.
And so it was like that, but one section was walled off and the other section, it really didn't have a lot. And I was just like really disappointed because I had to travel out to this mall to see this toy store. And I'm spoiled with Second Chance because of the volume of stuff that they have. This was not comparable. So I don't know. I'm sounding really negative, so I'm gonna
No,
wrap
yeah,
this up.
it's all good. Well, no, I mean, if you want to get, if you can't compare apples and oranges because yeah, we do have a lot of liberty at Second Chance because we've been going there forever. So when you could basically just have free reign of the toy store, and then you go in a place and they're watching you. I mean, not that they were watching you, but you don't have the comfort that you do at Second Chance, and there's no comparing to that. But
Yeah.
I mean, I could also understand if they were moving because they moved to another location. Order 66 did. So if they were in the middle of that move, then that would explain why it looked like crap.
Maybe if that was the case, they should have said we're in the middle of moving, which is why half the store shut down. They didn't say that,
Right.
but it was early on a weekend morning, I think.
Yeah.
Anyways, moving on.
Did you hear? I were just real quick. I know we're getting close to the end, but rumors are floating that there may be a new Back to the Future ride at Universal. I'm trying to figure more out, but I haven't heard. They don't even know. My insiders don't even know because they haven't released anything. They're hearing Ghostbusters and they're hearing Fast and the Furious, but nothing to do with Back to the Future yet.
No, Fast and Furious would be the coaster that they're building.
Right.
Back to the Future would be in the old Fast and the Furious Supercharge.
Yeah, that's what the rumor is. That's what I'm hearing.
But I don't know. We'll see. I guess if maybe they update the old ride.
Yeah.
So they can reuse the old footage, the pre-show. But I mean, that's essentially Back to the Future 4.
Right. Yeah.
Speaking of Back to the Future.
Yes.
At what point in time is there the most amount of DeLoreans?
Didn't we? I think we said this one more time, and I think it's in the Western, wasn't it? Was it in the Old West? Or was it in 55? Hold on. Okay, because in Old West, you've got the 2 DeLoreans. Right? You would have the DeLorean that's already there.
Yeah.
And then you have the one Marty travels back in time with. So that's 2. In the 50s, you would have, it would be the 50s maybe, because you would have the one that is there.
Wait,
hold on.
I know the answer, but I'm trying to figure out the Wild West one because Doc goes back in a DeLorean. What happens to that one? He puts it in a cave.
Right.
Someone's sitting in the cave, and then Marty comes back with one, and that's the one they fix up, and they put the train on, and then the one is still in the cave. Okay.
So in 55, he would have the one Marty comes back to.
Yeah.
Well, no, because
there's the first one. That's the answer, by the way. It's 55.
It's 55? Okay, so I'm trying to figure this out, though. Because then, did he hide? Is there one hidden in 55?
Yeah, the one from 1885 is still hidden in a cave. So that's one of them.
Oh, okay.
The other one is the original one.
Uh-huh.
The other one is the one that Biff goes back in. Originally from 1985.
I didn't even think about Biff.
Then there's the one that they come back in. He goes back. The one from Biff goes into the future, and Marty takes that one back.
Right.
So essentially, it's the same vehicle. It's occupying the same time in 4 different locations. So it's 4 DeLoreans in 1955.
Wow.
Anyways, there's your trivia of the week.
Go watch Back to the Future.
Yeah, we still have tickets for Rogue Fun. We're 70% sold out at this point, which is pretty phenomenal considering it was 70% in a week.
Yeah.
If we were doing the same thing as Rogue Fun 1, we would have sold out.
Right.
We added more seats, and so there's reasons why people haven't committed yet, but I'm pretty confident that we will sell out. So if you're holding out to buy a ticket, I think you should buy it sooner rather than later.
Yep.
But it's your game. We will be updating people as we go along, and once we hit 75%, which will probably be soon. I mean, it's only like 4 or 5 tickets away from that. We'll post that. And when we're sold out, we're sold out.
Yeah. No, I'm extremely excited about how fast tickets are going because, yeah, we did. It's more people and it's a totally different way we did them than the first go round. So,
yeah,
we're doing good.
Yeah. And then thank you for listening to the Smugglers Galaxy Podcast. If you could, please leave a like and a 5-star review of the show anywhere you listen to podcasts. It really helps us out and points people to our show. You can find us on social media. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Send us an email or message us. We love feedback. We'd love to make you part of our show. Our email address is smugglersgalaxy@gmail.com. Thank you to Alfonso Riviera for the Smugglers Galaxy logo. And thank you to Levi Waterhouse for the music. People, collect for the love of it. Hashtag vote with your wallet. Pass on what you've learned. Be a positive force in the collecting community. I have friends everywhere.
Oh, this is the way. Changing it up, Jason.